Yes, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Hello. Hello. Is it audible? Hello. Yes, in the last two classes, I have been dealt with a sheet resistance and as well as the calculation of area capacitance of layers and standard unit of capacitance square Cg for three different technologies. They are the 5 micrometer mass circuit and 2 micrometers mass circuit, 1.2 mass circuit. Okay, they are the values. Already I have told that we need to be remember these values. There is for 5 micrometers the capacitance value is 0.01 picofarads. Similarly, for 2 micrometers it is 0.0032 picofarads. For 1.2 micrometers it is 0.0023 picofarads. Okay, these are the capacitance value. Just if you for delay, already we have gone this one problem, different layers associated with different layer, that is metal, diffusion and polysilicon. We have calculated the overall capacitance, that is metal is Cm and diffusion CD and P, Cp, total capacitance, three values we have to add that. Okay. Next, we'll start with a delay. What is meant by delay? What is the importance of delay? Delay can be calculated using the concept of sheet resistance. Delay, that is time constant tau, can be calculated using the concept of sheet resistance and standard unit capacitance can be used to calculate it. If we consider that a 1 square polysilicon is charged by 1 feature size diffusion, then the delay is simply for an AN mass. If you take as an A, length and width are 2 lambda and 2 lambda, then the delay, a time constant tau, 1 tau, equal to Rs into, Rs is the sheet resistance, into 1 square Cg. The time constant is measured in seconds. Okay, sheet resistance measured in ohms per square, capacitance measured in farads, time constant, time in seconds. Okay, this can be evaluated for any technology. We can by using the basic three technologies. One is called the 5 micrometer technology, second is the 2 micrometer, and third is the 1.2 micrometer. Okay, the value of square Cg will vary with different technology because of the variation in the minimum feature size. Only the sheet resistance will be constant for three technologies. Sheet resistance will be same, only variation is in capacitance square Cg. Okay, already we have been found that for three different technologies, that is 5 micrometer, 2 micrometer, 1.2 micrometers, the capacitance value for 5 micrometer is 0.01 picofarads. Okay, for 2 micrometers the capacitance value is 0.032, and for 1.2 micrometer the capacitance value is 0.0023 picofarad. Just if you multiply that, already in the we know the formula for the time constant time constant T equal to RS into square CZ. RS is constant for all the technologies. RS is constant for all the technology. There is sheet resistance for the N diffusion for 5 micrometer or the 2 micrometer and 1.2 micrometer will be same. If the square CZ sheet resistance will not vary from one technology to the another technology. If it may, you may take 1 centimeter square or a 0.001 centimeter square, the sheet resistance will be constant. Sheet resistance will be same. The variation in the capacitance square CZ. Okay. For that, RS is the 10 to the power of 4 multiplied by 0.01 picofarad, which is equal to 0.021 nanoseconds. It is the delay. This much of delay is required when you take in a 5 micrometer technology for an N diffusion. Same thing in place of N diffusion. If you take a P diffusion, the sheet resistance is 2.5 times of that one. That is 2.5 times. That means 2.5 into 10 to the power of 4 multiplied by the capacitance value. Capacitance value is 0.01 picofarads. Okay, which is equal to 0.025 nanoseconds when we take a in place of N diffusion, P diffusion. Similarly for the 2 micrometers, 10 to the power of 4 into 0.032 picofarad, which is equal to 0.64 nanoseconds and 0.46 nanoseconds. Just see here time is reduces as technology increases. The delay time going to be the reducing. Time ఏమవుతుంది తగ్గుతుంది, delay time తగ్గుతుంది as the technology increases. That's the only one concept in this. Okay, here already have been discussed, dealt with that the same thing. Here take the one thing called the NMOS inverter driven by the another NMOS inverter. NMOS inverter is connected to the one NMOS transistor connected to the another NMOS transistor. For a delay unit tau, for a feature size square CZ, tau equal to RS into square CZ. Already we have explained this one. That is 10 to the power of 4 ohms per square into 0.1 is equal to 0.1 nanoseconds. Because of the effect of parasitic, which we have not considered in our model, there is wiring effect. The parasitic components we have not considered. Typically, the delay is typically of order 2 to 3 times that of actual value. That means the value varies from 0.1 nanoseconds to the 0.2 to 0.3 nanoseconds. Note that tau is very similar to channel transist time, tau SD. Already we know that transist time tau in the derivation in the second model we have derived IDS versus VDS relation. In that relation we have derived tau SD, tau equal to L square divided by mu into VDS. I think we have derived that equation. Tau equal to L square divided by mu is the mobility charge carriers divided into the VDS. Okay, we have from that also we can evaluate, we can calculate the transist time, we can calculate the delay time. From this expression also, that is tau SD, we can derive, we can calculate. Without this RS and CZ, we can find that delay time. Okay, already we know that this equation, is tau SD equal to L square divided by mu n VDS. Okay, L square divided by mu n VDS. We know that the transist time from source to drain, which is equal to L square divided by mu n to VDS. Here the VDS varies as CG. CG is the capacitance, gate capacitance, charges from voltage 0 to 63% of VDD in period tau. That is, thus the average value of VDS equal to average value of VDS we have that received for the capacitor is of 3 volts, that is 63%. The charging period is 63%. 63% of VDD, 63% of VDD equal to, that is 5 into 0.63, which is equal to 3 volts. For an 5 micrometer technology, if you substitute that in this equation, that is tau is equal to L square divided by mu n into VDS. Okay, L is the length. For a 5 micrometer, length is the 5 micrometers. L is the 5 micrometers. 5 micrometers into 5 micrometers is equal to 25 micrometers volts per second. Okay, divided by mu. Mobility charge carriers of the mu n is 650 centimeter square. Okay, VDS is 3 volts. Okay, these are the conversion factors. These are the conversion things. Just see the here what we have been to. Here n is the nano. Nano means 10 to the power of minus 9. If you multiply it with an a plus 9, these two get cancelled. When we multiply a minus 9, the entire thing we have converted in terms of nano. For that reason, here we have took a nano. N is 10 to the power of minus 9. For that reason, we have substituted a plus 9. Similarly, here 10 to the power of plus 8. Here we have micro. Micro is 10 to the power of minus 6. Okay. Here we have a centimeter. Centimeter is in the numerator. Centimeter is there. For that, centimeter equal to 1 meter equal to 100 centimeter. It is 10 to the power of plus 2. Okay. That can be, that is, this need to be go for the denominator 10 to the power of minus 2. That is 10 to the power of minus 2. 10 to the power of minus 6. Total is 10 to the power of minus 8 is need to be multiplied with 10 to the power of minus 8. Okay, ఇక్కడ ఏమన్నది సెంటీమీటర్ ఉన్నది, ఇక్కడ మైక్రో ఉన్నది. దిస్ మైక్రో 10 to the power of minus 6 centimeter. This is for the, to convert into meter, it is 100. 1 meter equal to 100 centimeter, which is equal to 10 to the power of 2. This 10 to the power of 2 plus if you go for the denominator, it is 10 to the power of minus 2. Micro 10 to the power of minus 6 plus minus 2, it is minus 8. It is for that this is multiplication factor. Just simply here 10 to the power of minus 9, it is for the nano. 10 to the power of plus 8 is substituted because the nano. 10 to the power of plus 8 is substituted for the micro within centimeter. If you remember that, it is sufficient. Okay, if you calculate this, if you divide this 25 micrometer divided micrometer get cancelled, and centimeter square get cancelled. Okay, only that 25 divided by 650 multiplied by 3 and 10 to the power of minus 8 plus 9 divided by this means if you go in the numerator, it is the only 10 only. 10 multiplied with the 25, which is 250 divided by 650 into 3. Okay, which is equal to 0.13 nanoseconds. Okay, in the previous example for an 5 micrometer technology, we have calculated that 0.01 nanoseconds, where with considering the sheet resistance and square CZ value. In the previous example, we have calculated a delay unit tau with respect to sheet resistance and square CZ. Okay, from this we took the value for delay time, that is 0.01 nanosecond. The same thing is applicable, same thing is derived from the expression transist time tau, which is equal to L square divided by mu n VDS. From this also we can calculate the transist time. Okay, for 5 micrometers, L equal to 5 micrometer, L square is 25 micrometer square. Okay, for that reason these things have been substituted. Okay, micrometer square get cancelled. Here centimeter get cancelled. For that reason these substitutions are required. Okay, this is similar. The transition point of an inverter or a gate is 0.5 VDD, which is approximately equal to 0.63 VDD, that is time constant. Okay, it is same as the previous one. From this we can conclude that we can use the transist time and time constant interchangeable. Transist time and time constant, they are the interchangeable. You can calculate the transist time or the time constant from the two parameters. One is called sheet resistance and square CZ value. Transist time can be calculated from the three parameter. One is called the length, mobility charge carriers, and voltage across drain to source supply. Okay, and stay capacitance are allowed for the doubling the theoretical values calculated. Okay, extra, that is parasitic elements need to add it. They have been extra. Okay, thus tau is used as the fundamental time unit, and all timing in the system can be assumed in relation to tau. Hence, for a 5 micrometer mass technology, that parasitic elements which is equal to 0.3 nanoseconds. For 2 micrometers, 0.2. For 1.2 micrometer mass technology, it is 0.1 nanosecond. Just as the technology increases, delay time decreases. Overall summary, overall thing here is, as the technology increases, that is size reduces, that is length to width size reduces. As technology means it is purely with respect to 5 micrometers, purely with respect to the length and width only. 5 micrometer technology or 2 micrometer, 1.2 micrometer, or these technology are defined based on purely one parameter. They are called the length and width. Okay, by using the same concept called the lambda based design rule. Okay, here next thing, inverter delay. Okay, in the syllabus they have not mentioned. In some exam they may ask about this thing. Okay, inverter delay అనేది టాపిక్ మెన్షన్ చేయలేదు సిలబస్లో అని కొన్ని ఎగ్జామ్లో అడిగాడు. ఇన్వర్టర్ డిలే, the inverter delay in generally the delay through a pair of similar NMOS inverter is, that is here total delay is, here we have wrote in the diagram, just say the 1 tau plus 4 tau, total is 5 tau. Just say the things called first inverter is contributing the 1 tau delay, second inverter is contributing the 4 tau delay, total delay of 5 tau. How it is that, how this 5 tau comes? Okay, general expression for a pair of similar NMOS inverter is a time delay, time constant, tau equal to 1 plus ZPU by ZPD. That is pull up to pull down ratio of one NMOS inverter driven by the another NMOS inverter multiplied by the tau. Assuming that tau equal to 0.3 nanosecond. We have assumed, we have took that for a 5 micrometer technology, we have assumed that 0.3 nanosecond tau. For one inverter driven by another inverter, the ratio is 4:1. That is, a depletion mode device is 4 times then the enhancement mode device. Depletion mode device is 4 times then the enhancement mode device. That is the meaning. Okay, that means 1 plus, that is 4:1 is 4, 1 plus 4 equal to 5. Here we have took as an a for a 5 micrometer technology, the time constant is 0.5, 0.3, 0.3 into 0.3 into 5, which is equal to point, that is 1.5 nanoseconds is the a total delay offered by the inverter. Okay, here just see that we have assumed that this tau is from the here we have a they called the order of the delay is 0.2 to 0.3 nanoseconds for a 5 micrometer technology. This is a value 0.2 to 0.3. We have assumed that 0.3 is the a maximum value. We took that value for the calculating a inverter delay. Okay, this is total 5 tau. Tau is equal to 0.3. 0.3 into 5, that is 1.5 nanoseconds is the delay for the inverter driven by the another inverter. Okay, thus inverter pair delay for an inverting inverter having a 4:1 ratio is 5 tau. Hence the single 4:1 inverter exhibit the understandable asymmetric delay, since the delay is tuning on is 1 tau, delay is turning off is 4 tau. On time period is 1 tau, off time period is 4 tau. On time period is 1 tau, off time period is 4 tau. 4 tau is offered by the depletion device, 1 tau offered by the enhancement mode device. Okay, in the transistor there are the two transistors are there. In the NMOS inverter, above transistor is called the depletion mode transistor, below transistor called the enhancement mode transistor. That is a ratio we have to mention, we have to maintain. Depletion mode is 4 and enhancement mode is 1, that is length to width ratio 4 and the length to width ratio of the enhancement mode is 1. Okay, the first device, well, with this 1 tau for the enhancement mode device, 4 tau for the depletion mode device, total delay is of 5 tau. Okay, similarly for the CMOS inverter, in the CMOS inverter it is not the same case as in the NMOS inverter. A formula estimation of the CMOS inverter delay. In the CMOS inverter, by the charging and discharging of capacitive load CL, we can estimate the rise time and fall time from the following simple analysis. Here the total delay is a 2 tau plus 5 tau equal to 7 tau. In the CMOS inverter, here the values are there. Here 25K is for the PMOS device, 10K for the NMOS device. In the CMOS transistor low, CMOS lo emuntundi, the thing is called I think we have drawn this diagram. At least worst case you have to remember finally at least this one diagram. Okay, this is in a PMOS device, PMOS, and below is NMOS. It is in a CMOS inverter. In the CMOS inverter, below one is called the ZPD and above one is called the ZPU. Why we are called above is pull up and below is pull down, already I have explained that things. Okay, this the sheet resistance of the NMOS device is 10 kilo ohms. Sheet resistance of pull down is 10 kilo ohms. Sheet resistance of the pull up, that is PMOS, is 2.5 times greater than that of the NMOS. It is 2.5 times. Okay, here we have took a CZ, that gate capacitance standard square CZ value is 2 square CZ. For an CMOS it is 2 square because they both are in on condition. Okay, for that reason we took that 2 square CZ. Okay, for this 2 square CZ, 2 value, it is for NMOS, that is 2 square CZ into that. For that reason it is 2 tau. For NMOS delay is 2 tau. For P mass, the delay is 2.5 times of this N mass. That is 2 into 2.5, which is 5 tau. 2 tau plus 5 tau. Total is of the 7 tau. It is 2 tau plus 5 tau. 5 tau is for the P mass. 2 tau for the N mass. Total delay of 7 tau. 7 tau is the CMOS inverter delay. If you consider that tau equal to 0.3 nanoseconds, 0.3 into 7, that is 2.1 nanosecond delay is of NMOS, that is CMOS inverter. This is about the estimation of a CMOS inverter. Okay. Next is the, just within 2 to 3 minutes, so if you wind up that rise time and fall time. Rise time is rising from the output, rising from 0 to 1. Rise is increasing, fall is decreasing. Fall time is from high to low, it is called fall. Rise is 0 to 1. For estimation, for estimating this, directly there is a derivation for this, simple derivation. Just if you remember this thing is sufficient. Tau r is the rise time, equal to, approximately equal to 3 CL, CL is the load capacitance, divided by BP, that is beta P VDD. It is same for the fall time also. Only thing the changes here is rise time with respect to the the factor called the beta P. Fall time is with respect to the beta N. Rise time, it is related to the beta P. Fall time, it is related to the beta N. Already we know that K equal to, in the IDS versus VDS relation, we know that things K equal to epsilon inverse epsilon naught mu divided by D into W by L. Okay, beta equal to K into W by L. Okay, this entire factor we call as an K. This entire factor, that is mu n epsilon inverse epsilon naught mu divided by D equal to a factor K, W by L, this entire thing equal to beta. In the previous example, previous derivation, we took this thing. Okay, that beta equal to, here just see the one factor called the mobility charge carrier, mu n. Here only the thing called these three are the epsilon inverse epsilon constant parameters. Width and when we take a square CZ, width and length are equal, and T is the thickness. Okay, now here we have to consider that one factor called the mu n. Okay, that reason just derivation final thing called the mu n equal to 2.5 times of mu p, that is mobility charge. For that reason beta n equal to approximately equal to 2 times of the beta p. Finally time, that is where here rise time is, that fall time is greater than that of the rise time. Simply we can say that fall time is faster as compared to rise time because of the mobility charge carriers of the P mass and N mass. Okay, this is about the estimation of a rise time and the fall time. Okay, these things are purely rise time, fall time. They are the based on the parameter called the mobility charge mu n and mu p. They from this derivation, all other things are the same. The 3CL is same, VDD and VDD is same. Only thing change is BP and BN. That is beta P and beta N. Tau r by, if you equate these two equations, tau r by tau f equal to beta N by beta P. That beta n equal to 2.5 times of the beta p. That is, this beta n is faster than that of the beta p because of the mobility charge carriers. is fall time is greater than the rise time, 2.5 times rise time. So that rise time is slower by the factor of 2.5 times. That is, rise time is slower than the 2.5 times of the fall time when using the minimum size device for the for both N and P device. Okay, when we use the same length and width ratio, then rise time is slower, fall time is faster. To equalize that, what we have to take? We have to increase the length and width of the NMOS device to equate rise time and fall time. Only the thing called we can make that it should be slower or it can be faster. One is we can increase the rise time, or we can reduce the fall time by the 2.5 times that of the NMOS device. NMOS and PMOS. PMOS ఏమున్నది స్లో ఉన్నది, NMOS ఏమున్నది ఫాస్ట్ ఉన్నది. ఏం చేయాలి? NMOSని స్లో చేయాలంటే ఏం చేయాలి? లెంత్ని విడ్త్ని ఇంక్రీజ్ చేయాలి. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్ విల్ గో ఫర్ ది one more concept in this model is called the wiring capacitance ఉంటుంది. అది చెప్తే ఈ మోడల్ అయిపోతుంది. నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్లో క్లోజ్ చేస్తాం. ఓకే, if you have any doubts you can ask. సార్ టెక్స్ట్ బుక్ ఓపెన్ చేయండి. టెక్స్ట్ బుక్ ఓపెన్ చేస్తే కొంచెం అర్థమవుతుంది, ఏం చెప్తున్నామని ఫ్లో ఉంటుంది.